if you want a life that's really steady or something that's reliable, do something else, honestly. But if you want a grand adventure that will open you up to a whole bunch of amazing opportunities and people, and you feel compelled to tell stories as a way of relating to people, then do it. Do it. It's super rewarding. It's like I can't stop. And even though like there's times when it's like, how am I gonna pay rent for these months or whatever? If it's meant to be, if there's some sort of vocational calling on you to pursue that stuff, then I say go for it. But go get good training. And that's like years. Like
it's not just lucking into the right role
No.
that makes you a star.
No, and we don't have a star system in Canada. So in the States, there's you can be a model, and then they're like, oh, you look a certain way, and so we'll give you this role, even though you don't have any acting talent.
I can see that.
Yeah, Canada doesn't really have that system. You have to be well trained, and go to a good school, and then figure out a way to make money outside of acting. You have to do like pretty much everybody in Vancouver. I don't know any actors there that don't have other jobs. So you have to find a way to do that and pursue that and put all this energy into it. And in the times between shows, you need to be making money somewhere else. So you have to be creative in that way. Maybe that means developing another skill set or getting other education as well, or if you're willing to live really cheaply for a number of years, it's possible. But you got to really think about what you want your future to look like. Yeah, because it's kind of crazy. Like they're all over the place. Yeah.
So if you're looking for an acting school, are there things to look for, things to avoid? How can you tell before you get there? Any you recommend in particular?
Yeah, I do research and talk to people that have gone to schools.
Okay.
Because like a typical acting, like theater acting training program is like 3 to 4 years, and it's a big chunk of time, and it's also a place for real transformation. Like seriously, my family said that after I came out of UBC, I was a different person, and so you have to be working with people that are trustworthy and know what they're doing. So I would talk with people. In terms of BC, I can tell you a little bit about BC. Most of the schools are in Vancouver. There's some, most of the schools are in Vancouver. You're looking at the better programs are UBC, Langara College has Studio 58, and then SFU, the other university. They've got a different program. So UBC, you do a degree, so it's a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and you do other stuff as well. So you have to study English, and you study science, and study all these things. That's where I went, and they have a fantastic program. I just felt like they're really trustworthy, and they have top-notch professors, but they work with who you are.
Okay.
And they'll change you, but it's for the better. Like they really work. They pick their people properly, and then they work with what they've got there. SFU is more movement based. They have a big dance program there. It's a bit, it's more physical, theater based, and a bit more like experimental stuff. UBC, you're gonna learn your classics. You're gonna learn, like we studied Shakespeare, Chekhov, Moliere, Commedia dell'arte, and then we did film and television as well, and we did improv. We did a whole bunch of things.
You get the whole
but you get like,
deal.
here's the history, and here are the styles, and all that, and you get years of voice, years of movement, all that stuff. You get that. SFU is going to be a bit more experimental and movement based, and they'll be probably their approach will be a little bit different, but I think pretty valuable. Studio 58 is Langara, and they've got a really good program. They have some phenomenal teachers, there, but they'll kick your butt a bit. Yeah. So some people come out of there pretty jaded, and some people come out of there like very happy. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's also film schools in Vancouver too, if you want to go that route. But a lot of them are only like 6 months or 1 year, and you can go that route as well. But you still need to be trained for a few years. There's some schools that will say like pay us $20,000, and
We'll
for
make you a
1
star.
year and we'll make you a star. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So just make sure you look into that. Don't waste that money.
What about Capilano?
Yeah, Capilano has a great musical theater program and a film and TV acting program. The guy who plays Elvis went through Capilano's musical theater program, and a lot of musical theater actors in Vancouver go there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty solid. I don't know much about the acting program. Yeah, I couldn't really tell you.
So just getting away from and again, anyone can have anything, but stepping away from the whole career thing, since, odds are most of us aren't going to be professional actors. What's your advice for preparing for a role?
Yeah. Oh man, where do you start? Imagination, really. It's huge. Like, it sounds obvious, but you gotta dig in with your imagination and put yourself into a place of I am. So, yeah,